Hey there! In this video, you'll learn how to use the function ABangSave in your interfaces. Right now, I'm building a form so registrars at Acme Auto can add a new vehicle to their commercial fleet. Users add the vehicle data in the form, but there are a few scenarios where I need to save values that they don't directly enter themselves. First, I want to convert all VINs typed in by users to capital letters to ensure the consistency of my data. Second, I need to capture who added the new vehicle and the timestamp it was created, but I don't want users to manually enter this data. I'll do this with the function ABangSave. You can use ABangSave in the save into parameter of interface components. Common ways to use it are 1. To modify a value that users enter, and 2. To save additional values. First, I'll use ABangSave to capitalize all letters in the VIN. For this text field, I'll go into the save into parameter. You can use save into to specify the target where the data should be saved. So if I want to save the user entered text to the vehicle rule input as is, I can simply enter the rule input. But to modify that data, I'll use the ABangSave function instead. ABangSave has 2 parameters, target and value. Target is where you want to save the value, such as a rule input or local variable. For the target, I'll enter the vehicle rule input and index into the VIN field. The value is what you're saving. Here, you can use the variable SaveBangValue to reference the component's updated value that a user enters. So if I just enter SaveBangValue, it'll behave the same as if I had entered the rule input in the save into parameter. But I'm going to modify SaveBangValue with a function, so all the letters that a user enters are capitalized. Now, you can see that if I enter a VIN with lowercase letters, it's automatically updated to all uppercase. And that's the way the data is saved into my rule input. Next, let's look at configuring the Add Vehicle button to save some data that I don't want users to manually enter. In the Save Into parameter, I can enter a list of ABangSave functions to save multiple values when the form is submitted. First, I want to save the logged in user as the created by field. For the target, I'll enter the rule input, and for the value, I'll use the function logged in user to capture the user who is submitting the form. Next, I'll add another ABangSave function. For created on, I'll use the function now as the value to get the exact date and time of when the user submits the form. So, when I click Add Vehicle, you can see that in the rule input pane, created by is updated to my username, and created on is updated to the timestamp when I clicked the button. Here's another example that puts these concepts together. I have a field for the date the vehicle last went to maintenance. Based on that date, I want to save the date of the next scheduled maintenance, which should be 6 months in the future. Within curly brackets, I'll first save the user-entered value to the rule input for the last scheduled maintenance. Then, I'll add ABangSave. The target is the next scheduled maintenance rule input, and the value is a function that adds 6 months to the entered last maintenance date, which I'm referencing with SaveBangValue. Now, you can see that when I add a date, both the last and next scheduled maintenance date rule inputs are updated. This is a good time to point out that Save Into evaluates top to bottom. It's especially important to be aware of if you're using local variables. The entire Save Into parameter evaluates before any local variables are refreshed. With just a few easy updates, I've configured my form to save values that users don't enter, by either modifying them or saving multiple values in a list. Have a question? Comments below. Don't forget to check out the description for more learning resources, and for more videos like this one, like and subscribe.